You have a multi-$100 million deal over several years, whatever the deal is. But what do we need to know about your relationship with Netflix now?
Well, the main thing is we're so excited that the podcast you can now watch on video at Netflix and Spotify. And then I'm working and cooking up some new projects with Netflix, both scripted and unscripted.
Shetty just landed a deal with Netflix and Spotify, reported to be worth $100 million. What I want to talk about today is not the deal itself, but what positioned Shetty to structure a deal like this in the first place. Here's the background. In March earlier this year, his old partner, iHeartMedia, did not renew his show simply because they could not agree on terms of the renewal contract. The moment that deal fell through, 3 other companies were already bidding in the 9 figures to pick up the show because Shetty is a household name and Shetty owns all of it: the brand, the content, the underlying intellectual property rights. Back in 2021, Shetty's legal team filed 3 distinct trademark applications. One for On Purpose with Shetty, another for On Purpose just on its own, and then the third and the most important one for the name Shetty itself. The last one matters the most because his name is what built the audience in the first place. He's the face of the brand and he protected his personal brand just like a valuable intellectual property asset should be protected. So when iHeartMedia walked away, he didn't lose the rights to his show. He simply lost a distributor. He still owned all of the trademarks related to the podcast and his own personal brand trademark. He owned the copyrights to all of the podcast content. Essentially, he owned the entire intellectual property portfolio that he has been building over the years. So he gets to decide who he works with next and on what terms. If you are a creator or you're thinking of launching your own podcast or you have a podcast or you want to build your personal brand, it is very important for you to have control and ownership of your intellectual property assets from the start so you're able to position yourself for such deals when the time is right.